These moments had us in stitches. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Ricky Gervais moments. For this list, we're looking at the most hilarious, brutal, and cringe-worthy moments from Ricky Gervais's career. Just to be clear, we're only focusing on his comedy outside of TV shows and movies. So think Night at the Golden Globes rather than Night at the Museum.
It's not funny, okay? And I will not stand for this type of blatant... If I'm not clear, tell me.
Number 10, intro monologue, the 77th Golden Globe Awards.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did.
We kick things off with Gervais's 5th shot as host of the Golden Globes. And no, this isn't the only Golden Globes entry on here today. Don't panic. Whenever Gervais is playing host at the podium, you can always rely on him to get personal. And although this was his 5th time as guest speaker, his ferociousness did not wane.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long, Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So...
He took aim at DiCaprio and his penchant for younger women. He promoted his own Netflix show Afterlife.
Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done Netflix, you win, everything, good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show.
And of course there was his dig at celebs' educations, which in turn gave us this killer Tom Hanks meme. Thanks, Ricky. And Tom and Greta, we guess.
So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg.
Number 9, Gervais on Adolf, Late Night with Seth Meyers. Some people skirt around difficult topics, but Gervais has a tendency to jump right in with both feet.
You actually told Hitler jokes in Berlin.
Yeah.
How did that go?
They loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I bet, though.
And the time Seth Meyers brought up the Hitler part of Gervais's stand-up, he wasn't afraid to shoot off on a tangent about how he definitely would not go back in time and take care of a baby Hitler.
I wouldn't kill him, I'd change him. I'd just be nice to him, get him into art college.
Gervais goes on to tell Meyers about how he held a social media poll about whether Hitler's baby picture was cuter than his own. He then says that he finds it hilarious that sometimes the picture of baby Hitler he has on his phone randomly appears on his smartwatch.
So I can be in a meeting and just baby Hitler pops up on the phone. And I can see that I get, is that your kid? No, it's, no.
Well, to each their own, huh? Number 8, Bathtime selfies. Gervais uses social media as an outlet for different things. One day, he might be expressing his passion for animal rights. The next, he could be making a highly contentious political joke. But sometimes he just uses social media to let his stupidity flow freely. And his bread and butter is the bath selfie. Making weird faces, typically half submerged in water, Gervais's bath selfies are legendary, further proving that the comedian really doesn't care about what anyone thinks of his unusual humor or his face.
How do you do that to yourself?
Well, that's a rare one. That is a rare one, yeah, because you can see that both my hands are in the picture. So I actually was shouting, Jane, get my phone.
Seriously, flick through some of these as a do not laugh challenge. You will lose.
You and your brother, right?
That's me and my girlfriend.
Number 7, pretending to win an Emmy, the 67th Primetime Emmy Awards. Our next entry is another hosting spot for Gervais as he prepares to read out the winner of the Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series award at the Emmys.
Back again. Oh, to lose another one. God.
But before he does, he takes time to grab the spotlight and make light of the event by pretending to win an award himself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And for all of his mockery, you've got to admit, he shows some serious finesse in the acting department. His logic, if someone tweets a picture of him pretending to win, then people on social media will assume he has one. You know, because he's great and knows Ryan Seacrest.
There go, he talked to Ryan Seacrest, he's a winner.
Number 6, Gervais on animal illustrations. Animals. 9 times out of 10, PowerPoint presentations suck. It's just slide after boring slide. That is, unless Gervais is doing it, and the subject of discussion is animal sexuality. In a section of his 2003 stand-up DVD, Animals, Gervais provides a running commentary on the illustrations in a book on homosexual animals.
I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know what's in it for. I can't... Can I have the next slide, please?
After each slide pops up on stage, Gervais is almost lost for words, giving very brief but hilarious critiques on the different types of animal copulation.
So this one, he's going, what do you think of that? And that one's going, what? Lick it.
He wouldn't make a very good biology teacher, let's put it that way.
I cannot see what either of them are getting out of this.
Number 5, Messing with Kate Winslet, the 66th Golden Globe Awards.
I can't believe I'm not nominated. I'm at the Hollywood Foreign Press. They're all over me. Oh, we love Ghost Town. Not enough, obviously. Brilliant.
You know what they say, certain roles in certain movies garner greater attention at award ceremonies than others. And Gervais lets Kate Winslet know it. Upon receiving her Best Supporting Actress accolade for her performance in a movie about Nazi concentration camps, Gervais makes an I told you so joke, stating that a Holocaust movie will guarantee you an award.
Well done, Winslet. I told ya. Do a Holocaust movie. The awards come, didn't I?
He also points out what Holocaust movies lack, and then goes on to show his internal monologue debating over whether or not to tell the aforementioned joke.
Trouble is with Holocaust films, there's never any gag reel on the DVDs. I don't know, there isn't. It's, now, don't do it. It'll be fine.
What do you think? Number 4, Gervais a la Ramsay, the F word. Just like certain types of wine, meat, or fish, Gervais's brand of comedy can be an acquired taste. But Chef Gordon Ramsay certainly has an appetite for it.
Gavin escaped the slaughterhouse.
You've given it a name.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do that? See, when you buy it in Tesco's, there's not a name.
Starring as a guest on his cooking show The F Word, Gervais riffs with Ramsay over naming pets, whom you plan on eventually eating, and about some rather interestingly named European snacks. A renowned joker himself, Ramsay and Gervais bounce off one another as they make fun of everything from chocolate bars to sexy bunny rabbits.
Sexy rabbit? Can we cut that?
And we even get Gervais's hilarious take on a Swedish chocolate bar commercial.
It would be something like, you better plug.
Oh, the plug. Flippy better plug. Oh.
Anyone else want to go and buy some plop? Anyone? Number 3, Gervais visits Kenya. Comic Relief 2007, the big one.
What's going on?
I'm faking a report from Africa.
You can't do that.
Of course you can. Blue screen, pop a hat up.
Although Gervais has done some pretty wild jokes, this one is perhaps his most risque to date. As part of the 2007 Comic Relief charity event, Gervais takes aim at the superficial idea of celebrities visiting poverty-stricken countries in order to raise awareness.
This is Daniel's home. These are his worldly possessions. Makes you feel spoiled, doesn't it?
In the sketch, he mocks up a hut from Kenya and comments on how faking it gets him just as good publicity. And he even has guest stars flooding in, each wanting to have their own taste of the limelight, including Jamie Oliver.
Hello, Gervais. All right, mate. Hello, mate. Just faking one of those appeals from Africa. Oh, yeah? You crying? Just a bit.
Gervais can make pretty much anything satirical, it seems. Number 2, taking his Emmy back, the 60th Primetime Emmy Awards.
I made you what you are and I get nothing back.
The debate over which version of the TV show The Office is better, the UK or the US, will probably go on forever. Do you prefer Gervais's David Brent or Steve Carell's Michael Scott? In this Emmy speech, Gervais lets everyone know how he feels about the whole thing.
Look at his stupid face. Couldn't actually win one of his own, so he stole someone else's.
Taking a dig at Steve Carell for excitedly accepting his Emmy on his behalf, he confronts him and asks Carell to give him his Emmy back.
Give me it. I'll tickle you. I don't care. I've got nothing to lose here. I'm a nobody here. Where is it?
As an audience, we don't know where to look, or whether Carell is in on it. It is textbook cringe comedy. Sharp and savage. That is the only way I can describe Ricky's comedy. But what's his funniest moment? It is both of those things, so let's look at the honorable mentions and then we'll see Ricky at his most hilarious.
Let me take you down Equality Street. You never know the people you meet. At the end of the street is a golden gate. It let in love, it don't let in hate, no. So
So I don't know how funny Jane finds these, but they are funny.
Fine.
So here's one you tweeted of Jane. Jane thought she'd made a new friend, but it was just a shadow.
Don't worry, you're just the same as Stephen Hawking. But without all the clever stuff.
So here's what I was asking, because I don't think...
Okay, just get to the right.
I don't think you do need
Let's do it again.
No, don't do it.
What would we say about you? Fell asleep? No.
Here lies Ricky Gervais. He had a laugh, then found a lump.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. I like a drink as much as the next man. The 67th Golden Globe Awards.
I haven't offended anyone. I didn't mean... It's not my fault.
Although no celeb is safe when Gervais is around, there are some personalities that have fallen victim to his critique more than once. Mel Gibson being one of them. In this killer one-liner from the 2010 Golden Globes, Gervais leaves us hanging and guessing for a moment, before coming out with this line.
Honestly, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
Clearly taking a dig at Gibson's drinking habits, Mel enters the stage and playfully points towards Gervais, although we all know he was probably boiling inside.
All right.
It may only be a one-liner, but it represents the best in Gervais's wit, nerve, and comic delivery. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.